Ladies and gentlemen of the XRP community, welcome to this in-depth analysis. Today is November 14th, 2025, and XRP is currently trading at $2.25 following recent market volatility. In the past 24 hours, data shows that over 1.4 million XRP tokens, equivalent to approximately $336 million, have been transferred from centralized exchanges to other addresses. This represents a notable reduction in exchange-held supply. Additionally, the newly launched XRP ETF on NASDAQ under the ticker XRPC has seen inflows of $240 million on its first day of trading, reflecting significant interest from institutional participants. These developments are generating discussion across the cryptocurrency space regarding potential impacts on XRP's market dynamics. In this video, we will examine these events in detail, review relevant data from recent X posts, and explore technical and fundamental factors at play. My name is Jeff, and I am here to provide a comprehensive educational overview of the current XRP landscape. Before we proceed, please note that all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Always conduct your own research, consider multiple sources, and consult with qualified professionals before making any investment decisions. Never risk capital you cannot afford to lose. With that clarified, let us begin a structured examination of today's key XRP developments. To set the context, the broader cryptocurrency market has experienced downward pressure in recent sessions. Bitcoin has declined to levels below $97,000, while Ethereum is trading near $3,160. Amid this environment, XRP has maintained a price point of $2.25, demonstrating relative resilience compared to certain other major assets. This stability occurs against the backdrop of the XRP CETF launch, which marks a milestone in XRP's integration with traditional financial markets. Exchange-traded funds of this nature provide a regulated vehicle for investors to gain exposure to XRP without direct custody of the underlying asset, potentially broadening participation. Let us first address the supply movement data. On-chain analytics indicate that large quantities of XRP have been withdrawn from centralized trading platforms. Specifically, transfers exceeding 1.4 million tokens have occurred within a 24-hour period. To understand the significance, consider that centralized exchanges typically hold assets available for immediate trading. When tokens are moved to private wallets or other non-exchange addresses, the supply available for sale on those platforms decreases. This dynamic has been observed in various market cycles and is often discussed in relation to potential price support mechanisms. One recent X post with substantial engagement stated, 1,400,000 plus XRP, over $336 million, left centralized exchanges in 24 hours. Supply is reducing as ETFs become available. This observation aligns with publicly available blockchain data and contributes to ongoing conversations about XRP's circulating supply. Complementing this is the performance of the XRP CETF. Reports confirm $240 million in net inflows during the initial trading day, establishing a strong start relative to comparable product launches in the digital asset space. ETFs backed by spot holdings require the purchase of the underlying asset to match investor demand, which can influence market liquidity. In the case of XRP, this introduces a new demand vector from institutional channels. Another X post noted, XRP ETF inflows past $240 million in 24 hours on NASDAQ, record-breaking launch. While price action has shown short-term volatility, with XRP experiencing a modest decline alongside the market, the long-term implications of sustained inflows are a focal point for analysts. Now, let us explore Ripple's recent communications. The company published a video on X detailing advancements in the XRP ledger, XRPL. The content focuses on enhancements related to real-world asset tokenization and compliance with global standards such as ISO 2022. This messaging standard is being adopted by financial institutions worldwide for cross-border payments messaging. The XRPL's design supports transaction finality in 3 to 5 seconds with minimal fees, positioning it as an efficient settlement layer. A community post with over 500 engagements summarized, "New, at Ripple just dropped a brand new video on X, hashtag XRP. It's all starting." The video outlines how these features enable tokenized representations of assets like bonds or commodities to move seamlessly across borders. To provide further clarity, consider the XRPL's technical architecture. It operates as a decentralized ledger with a consensus protocol that validates transactions without energy-intensive mining. Built-in features include a native decentralized exchange, DEX, for asset swaps, and an automatic market maker, AMM, for liquidity provision. These elements reduce reliance on third-party intermediaries. Recent upgrades have improved scalability, allowing the network to handle increased volume. Public data from Ripple's quarterly reports indicate that over 300 financial institutions are involved in XRPL-based pilots, with cumulative on-ledger volume exceeding $10 billion in recent periods. This adoption trajectory underscores XRP's role in facilitating efficient value transfer. Turning to market metrics, 24-hour trading volume for XRP stands at approximately $3.9 billion, representing an increase from prior sessions. Volume is a key indicator of participant engagement. On-chain metrics show exchange reserves at reduced levels, down roughly 15% week over week, according to analytics platforms. Relative Strength Index, RSI, on daily charts is near 39, which some technical analysts interpret as approaching oversold conditions. Moving average convergence divergence, MACD, histograms are showing early signs of positive divergence. These are standard technical tools used to assess momentum. Community sentiment on X remains active. Posts reflect a range of perspectives, from observations of market dips to discussions of long-term potential. One user with 383 engagements commented, "Many analysts say XRP will not surpass Ethereum this cycle. They may not fully understand XRP's utility focus, which operates independently of speculative trends." Another, with 214 engagements, shared, "When XRP reaches higher valuations, the focus will remain on its foundational role." These exchanges highlight the diversity of views within the community. Let us examine chart patterns for additional context. XRP's price action since mid-year lows has formed what technicians describe as a cup and handle formation. The cup represents a rounding bottom, while the handle is a consolidation phase. Current price levels align with the handle's lower boundary near $2.25. A sustained move above $2.38 could target the pattern's measured objective around $2.62 in the near term. This is derived from adding the cup's depth to the breakout point, a common methodology in pattern analysis. Historical precedents, such as similar formations in 2017 and 2021, preceded significant upward movements, though past performance is not indicative of future results. Expanding on ecosystem developments, Ripple's strategic initiatives include collaborations aimed at expanding XRPL utility. The ledger supports smart contract functionality through hooks and is exploring interoperability with other blockchains. Tokenization of real-world assets is a growing sector, with projections estimating trillions in value. By 2030, according to industry reports, XRP's low-cost, high-speed characteristics make it suitable for bridging traditional finance and digital assets. Regulatory clarity following prior legal proceedings has removed certain overhangs, allowing focus on product development. To address common questions, why has price declined alongside broader market weakness? Short-term correlations with Bitcoin and Ethereum are common during risk-off periods. Liquidations of leveraged positions can exacerbate moves, with over $400 million in crypto-wide liquidations reported today. However, XRP's intraday range from $2.24 to $2.31 demonstrates recovery capacity. Funding rates on perpetual contracts have normalized near zero, indicating a reset in derivative markets. Another frequent inquiry concerns ETF impact. While immediate price surges are not guaranteed, historical data from Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs show gradual accumulation leading to sustained demand. If XRPC inflows continue at current paces, this could absorb significant supply over time. Projections vary, but some models based on asset under management growth suggest potential for hundreds of millions in additional capital. Let us review on-chain health indicators. Active addresses on XRPL have increased 12% month over month. Payment transactions dominate activity, comprising over 70% of ledger operations. The burn mechanism, where a small fee is destroyed per transaction, contributes to deflationary pressure over time. Current burn rate equates to approximately 10 million XRP annually, a modest but cumulative effect. Comparing XRP to peers, Bitcoin functions primarily as a store of value, with settlement times in minutes and higher fees. Ethereum supports complex smart contracts, but faces scalability challenges without Layer 2 solutions. XRP's focus on payments provides a distinct use case within the $27 trillion annual cross-border market per World Bank estimates. Adoption by payment providers and remittance firms continues to expand. Community contributions are integral. Educational threads on X explain concepts like escrow releases. Ripple holds XRP in timed locks, releasing 1 billion monthly, with most relocked or sold via programmatic means. This schedule is public and audited. Transparency reports detail usage for ecosystem development. For technical depth, consider Elliott wave principles applied to XRP. Current positioning suggests completion of a corrective wave, with potential for an impulsive third wave if resistance levels break. Targets derived from Fibonacci extensions align with $3.50 to $4.20 zones in intermediate scenarios. These are analytical frameworks, not predictions. Regulatory landscape. The upcoming Clarity Act aims to provide frameworks for digital assets. SEC processes are resuming post-temporal disruptions, potentially streamlining approvals. Global standards like those from the Financial Stability Board emphasize stable settlement assets, where XRP's characteristics fit well. Institutional interest extends beyond ETFs. Custody solutions from providers like BitGo and Fireblocks support XRP. Treasury management firms are exploring yield strategies involving XRPL liquidity pools. These developments occur gradually but compound over time. To extend our analysis, let us consider macroeconomic factors. Interest rate environments influence risk assets. Recent Federal Reserve signals suggest stabilization, potentially supportive for crypto adoption. Geopolitical tensions highlight needs for efficient cross-border systems, independent of single currencies. Historical context. XRP's 2017 rally coincided with payment pilot announcements. The 2021 peak aligned with NFT and AMM discussions. Current cycle features ETF accessibility and tokenization infrastructure, arguably more substantive catalysts. Risk considerations. Volatility remains inherent. Regulatory changes, technological issues, or shifts in institutional sentiment can impact prices. Diversification and position sizing are prudent strategies. Community resources. Official Ripple documentation, xrpl.org, and verified analyst accounts provide reliable information. Avoid unverified claims promising guaranteed returns. Summing key points. Exchange supply has decreased notably. ETF inflows establish new demand channels. XRPL advancements support real-world utility. Technical indicators show potential reversal signals. Community engagement remains robust. In conclusion, today's developments represent meaningful progress in XRP's evolution. The combination of reduced exchange supply, institutional access via ETFs, and ongoing ledger improvements creates a multifaceted narrative worth monitoring. Stay informed through credible sources, maintain disciplined approaches, and engage thoughtfully with the community. If this analysis provided value, please like the video to support educational content. Comment below with your observations on XRP's current levels or questions for future discussions. Subscribe for regular updates on cryptocurrency developments and share with others interested in informed perspectives. Thank you for watching. This is Jeff signing off. Stay educated and proactive.